Get to know the little guy around you. Long distance to no horse or, long distance to no man. Right, evil man. In life, everyone needs to learn how to recognize the gentleman who is straightforward with the malicious little man. Whoever it is, it takes time to see through the inner essence. However, time is not the only factor. There are small, inhuman, senseless people who hide themselves so deeply that we don't even know they exist right around. Therefore, Confucius Jia Liang left the following ways of looking at people, helping you to be more discerning when evaluating a person's dignity, before giving trust and close association. Anthropomorphism, saddle killing saddle. American evil vengeance, inconsistent love, right when Liang child false disguise, right external child internal when fake, right external child courage internal terror, right dedication child disloyalty false. The sentient directs the right to be peaceful. Knowing one's character, there is nothing difficult. Good and bad are different, inner is different from expression. Some people seem gentle but really false. There are outsiders who are reverent but in deception. There are outsiders who are mighty but in terror. There are those who are devoted but disloyal. The way to identify a person has ways. 1. Ask hard, see courage. Tell your partner about difficulties, troubles, even disasters coming and see if they have the courage to face them together. The moment of tribulation will be a milestone to easily identify the petty man, willing to trample on the interests, sanctities, principles and even lives of others in pursuit of his own way out. The weak only hold on to themselves, clutching their own rights, not caring about others. With these two types of people, there is no need to waste any more time with them. Only someone who is courageous, obliged and has true bravery knows how to share and help friends. This is a sincere object, worthy of trust and honest treatment. 2. Ask for benefits, see humanity. There is a question, birds die for bait, people die for money. In the end, fame and gain to man are an addictive substance and a kind of enduring temptation that few can avoid. Therefore, if you want to know whether a person's dignity is reliable or not, put in front of them some temptations and benefits to a degree that depends on the other person's principles and patience. Do not rush to put great responsibility or power in the hands of the opponent, and those who are willing to sell out moral values, principles and friends for a little while, should not be foolish to associate. They are just sub-persons blinded by matter, unable to contain greed. Knowing this type of person is the most dangerous, because they are like a ticking time bomb, which at any time can threaten your rights. On the contrary, those who can remain calm and principled in the face of money will have no reason to betray their friends. 3. Ask for advice, see intellectual. Look for a problem to consult with the other, from their ways and answers to understanding the person's level of education. If the answer is not constructive, only idle jokes, there is a possibility that this person is intellectually shallow, or keeps a superficial attitude in relation to you. If they can analyze the causes, the roots of the entanglements, having emotional, psychological, behavioral, and supporting you to come up with a final solution, this friend is worth connecting with. They are both rational and empathic and good at observing people. 4. Invite to drink, see the essence. There is a saying, wine comes into words and out. People who are drunk often easily reveal their true nature. Therefore, if you want to know the true nature of a person, look at their words while drinking alcohol. For those who borrow alcohol, lower their forearms to others, let go of insults downstream, causing objections or even hurting others, it is best to stay away. 5. Ask the opponent a right, left, right, wrong question to observe whether their intentions discern clearly or not. If a person answers 3 right and not clearly but only avoids the problem, or does not dare to express yourself, you can see their attitude from that answer. On the contrary, if the opponent clearly states the point of view correctly, say yes if you have evidence, give good arguments to prove your conclusions. You can also easily see their vision and aspirations. 6. Ask questions, see reactions. Look for an issue that can cause controversy and discuss vehemently with the other person. Look at the reaction of their attitude and language to judge the disposition. If a person cannot argue, then show ignorance and Cold War. Want to force you to shrug? On the contrary, do not final. If they win you and then show an attitude of generosity and provocative and egotistical, you should avoid it. If they fight for a while and then their face is burgundy, they want to move their feet, they don't need to talk much, you know how this person's disposition is. If the other person can calmly and soberly discuss with you from the beginning to the end, proving that they have a good disposition, gentle and full of bravery, worthy of learning and betrothing. In essay, Confucius also said, discuments, wonders, close to safety, and ear collecting? Do you collect your ears? It means, to see the purpose of what he does, to see what he has done and what he has done, to see what he is like. What kind of person can hide it? How can I hide it? Indeed, looking at one's words, how people behave, attitudes and actions in response to different problems helps us to observe and recognize the true character of a person. From there, you can choose who you play, choose who. 4 stories show the strange way of thinking of Jews, which is the main reason why this people have the most billionaires in the world. 8 signs of a mean person to stay away from. Meeting and recognizing a valuable person is already difficult, recognizing a mean person is even harder. Wise men have summarized 8 types of mean people that one should be cautious of. Meeting and recognizing a valuable person is already difficult, recognizing a mean person is even harder. Ng Weihai, who is referred to as the 3 great writers, one of the top 3 writers of the Qing dynasty, once said, I do not understand what a noble person is, but by looking at their ability to accept their share of losses in every situation, you will know. I do not know what a mean person is, but by looking at their strive for personal gain, you will know. Upon careful reflection, this is indeed the case. Being able to accept losses is not an easy task. It requires a generous and tolerant heart to willingly accept setbacks. A typical example is being tolerant, patient, adaptable, meaning knowing how to appropriately respond to specific situations, which is the mark of a noble person. It's no wonder that in the past people used the criterion of having the ability to accept losses as the first factor to distinguish between a noble person and a mean person. Wise men have summarized 8 types of mean people that one should be cautious of. 1. Troublemaker. Relying on causing trouble, instigation, provocation, and sowing discord among others is the simplest and most convenient method to achieve personal goals. In life, there are many mean people who, just for a little personal gain, a little unfulfilled desire, will turn things upside down, turning white into black, turning good into bad, causing those close to them to distance themselves. 2. The one who sets up schemes. Little people all understand, things that are not true, repeated many times, will become the truth. Sometimes, relying solely on their own power makes it difficult to fulfill personal desires, so they set up schemes, creating illusions or public opinion. When they set up schemes, they often pretend to be straightforward and honest, causing the listener to misunderstand the truth, making it easy to be deceived and manipulated. 3. Borrowing the power of a tiger. In order to carry out their own intentions, little people often take advantage of leadership positions, observing the facial expressions of their superiors, paying attention to understanding the psychology of their superiors, trying to win their favor. They then use the leaders as a support, borrowing their power to suppress others, insult and speak ill of others, and harm others. 4. The wind blows in the same direction. Throughout history, little people have never had independent willpower and personality. They are the type of chameleon. As long as leadership changes, they immediately change direction, in other words, immediately change. They are good at observing and understanding other people's thoughts, always paying attention to the development trend of events, always ready to adapt to the circumstances. Their trick is to have eyes in all directions and ears in all 8 directions. They always follow their personal interests. 5. The one who crosses the bridge and pulls the plank. Little people never have genuine friends. They only make temporary and fake friendships. For them, personal interests come before everything else. As long as their needs and interests are affected, they consider you as an enemy immediately. They are even willing to sacrifice their benefactors and their own relatives in exchange for their own happiness. In their minds, only someone who benefits them is considered a friend. 6. The wind-bending bamboo-breaking person. One of the tactics of petty individuals from ancient times until now is to take advantage of others' difficulties to benefit themselves. For petty individuals, seizing an opportunity is not important. When the opportunity arises, they will act easily. Moreover, by seizing the opportunity, they can turn inappropriate actions into righteous and noble actions. On the other hand, the actions of petty individuals are easily recognized by others. However, they are always transforming. If they see that the opponent's strength is too great, they will temporarily hide their true face. If they see the opponent in a disadvantageous situation, they will attack immediately. 7. The provocateur and gossip monger. Petty individuals from ancient times until now, when working, mostly prefer to be sneaky, sly, and cunning. They understand well that stirring the muddy water will always use despicable tactics to create discord among people. They wait until the gossipers fight each other, and then they will benefit from it. This tactic, once successfully executed, can cause immeasurable harm that cannot be fully predicted. Therefore, when interacting with others, you must clearly see, truly understand, and not just listen to one side, believe one side to avoid falling into the trap of petty individuals, causing trouble for work and life. 8. The hypocrite. This is a trick that easily deceives others and makes them fall into traps. It starts with retreating and then progresses by advancing, being able to defend oneself and make others lower their guard. Once the opportunity is ripe, petty individuals will do whatever it takes to carry out counterattacks until they achieve their goals. The main characteristics of this tactic, of petty individuals, are: first, intentionally showing affection, generosity, honesty, sincerity, and fairness in front of others. Sometimes, in order to achieve a certain goal, they are not afraid to temporarily endure pain and appear good to others in order to satisfy them. As soon as the conditions are right, they turn around and launch an attack. Second, at first, they treat the other person well or show some kind of favor to the other person, to let the other person taste a bit of sweetness. As soon as the other person falls into their trap, they immediately turn around and launch a relentless attack. Third, using a combination of pulling and striking methods. First, they lower, then they will strike, or in other words, they both hit and caress is to make them feel more pain when they get hit. This tactic clearly reveals the deceit and cunning of petty individuals. Therefore, when dealing with this type of person, one must absolutely not be careless or soft-hearted, but must be resolute.